Hello students, a very warm welcome to yet another exciting journey of learning English grammar. I hope you all are as fit as a fiddle. Well, can you guess today's topic? Let me give you a hint. Look at the sentences that are there on the green board. Rama plays cricket. I lost my pen. We are going to Bermuda. She has a guitar. These are old legends. So, did you guess children? What are these underlined words or what the underlined words talk about? Yes, you are right. They talk about some action. So, we are going to talk, today's topic is verb. Yes, you all are right. So, today we are going to learn about verbs. So, students, what is a verb? Can anyone of you tell me? Yes, you are right. A verb is a action word. In addition to being an action word, it talks about the state of being. For example, these are old legends. So, here are is the helping verb or the verb which says something about the state of being of this particular subject. Then you have possession. It talks about possession. Possession means she has a guitar. She owns a guitar, right? So, has is the auxiliary verb or the verb which tells us about the possession of the subject she. So, kids, let's know more about the verbs. Let's talk about the types of the verbs. So, students, you can see the verb here. It is classified into two types, that is finite and non-finite. Finite verb is again further classified into two, that is transitive and intransitive. Then non-finite is further classified into three kinds, that is gerund, infinitive and participle. So, these are the three again further classified. So, participle is further classified into present participle and past participle. So, you are going to learn about finite, non-finite, transitive and intransitive in this class. These kinds of non-finite verbs will be taken up in the following classes or in the next class. So, students, what is a finite verb? A finite verb is nothing but which changes according to the subject, that is the person or tense. So, look at these examples. I am driving down the street. This is the verb driving. Now you can see the driving is in this format. Then Renu drives to school. So here the verb drive is based according to the person in the sentence or the subject. And then they drive very slowly. So you can see the verb drive is written in three different ways. That is driving, drives and drive. So, it has changed the way it is in the sentences based on the tense or the person. So, such verbs are known as finite verb. Now, let us understand the infinite or the non-finite verbs. So, students, the next kind of verb is the non-finite verb. Now, this is the verb which does not change its form based on the person or a tense. So, here they do not change. So, look at the example, I want to eat something spicy. So, here you have the verb to eat. Then Mohan wants to eat nuts every day. Then the third one is they want to eat bread and cheese for breakfast. So, if you have noticed, the verb eat has not changed its form or based on the person or tense. Okay. So, such kind of verb is known as non-finite verb. So, can you recall what is finite verb and non-finite? Yes, finite is the verb which changes according to the person or a tense is known as finite. Non-finite is the verb which does not change based on the subject and the tense. Okay. Let us move on to the next kind of verb, intransitive and transitive verb. So, students, what are transitive verbs? These are the verbs which take objects. It means that they require an object in the sentence to complete its meaning. Otherwise, it is incomplete. If there is no object in the sentence, then the verb will become incomplete, and that's known as the transitive verb. So, look at the example, I lost my pen. So, here I is the subject, lost is the verb, my pen is the object. So, if you see, if I remove this my pen and I say I lost, so does this give you a clear meaning? No, right? So, it needs an object to complete its meaning. So, that's why we say it requires subject, verb and object. It requires an object to complete its meaning, and that is called as transitive verb. Look at the next example. It says Harish built a house. So, if I just write Harish built what? The meaning is not clear, right? So, Harish built a house gives you a complete meaning. So, it requires an object. So, if I just write Harish built, then it does not give us any meaning. So, when I add this, so it requires a object. So, this is the object. So, it requires an object to complete its meaning. So, students, the next kind of the verb is intransitive verb. Now, what are these verbs? These verbs are the one which do not take an object, or it does not require any object to complete its meaning. So, here it says Akriti laughed. So, it is the subject plus verb. There is no requirement of object here because it is already giving its complete meaning that Akriti laughed, right? And then look at the second example, the baby slept. This is subject plus verb. There is no object. So, when the verb does not require any object to complete its meaning, then it is known as the intransitive verb. So, kids, I hope you understood what is transitive and intransitive verb. Let's move on further and understand what are regular and irregular verbs. So, the next one is the regular verb. Now, what happens in regular verb? There are most of the verbs in English are which is regular verbs. So, they form their past tense and the past participle forms by adding D or ED. So, if you notice, the verb needs to be changed to past and past participle, then it is going to add to itself a D or a ED. So, for example, roll, rolled. Here you see it is adding ED. And then the past participle also has ED. Same way, plan, planned and planned for the past participle form. So, such verbs are known as regular verbs. Now, let us understand what are irregular verbs. So, kids, what are irregular verbs? These are verbs which actually do not take up D or DED form of the verb. The past and the past participle do not take up the D or ED in their spelling. So, such verbs are known as irregular verbs. So, look at the examples, the three forms of verbs, that is base verb is cut, then you have the past tense is also cut and the past participle is also cut. So, this way there are certain verbs which are irregularly following the pattern to change its verb to past participle. So, let us look at the three types of irregular verbs or three forms where all the three are the same word. The first one is that all the three forms of verb will be the same. For example, cut, 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 right? Then let us look at the next one. So, students, the second one is verbs in which two of the three parts are identical. So, there are actually three forms, right? One is the base form, second one is the past tense form, the third one is the past participle form. So, here the second type is that any two will be identical. For example, bind, bound and bound. So, this is the verb, this is the past tense of the verb bind, bound, and the past participle is also bound. So, let us look at the third one now. So, students, the third one is that the verbs in which all the three parts are different. So, for example, arise, arose, arisen. So, if you look closely, the verb, the past tense and the past participle, right? Then second one is be, was, been. So this is the base form, this is the past, and this is the past participle. So these are three ways in which the verb takes its forms. So children, I hope you have understood this chapter really well. It's an easy chapter. If you concentrate well, then you will be able to learn verbs really early. So students, let us conclude this summary lesson by a mind map. So what did we learn today? We learned what verbs are, we learned their classification, that they are categorized into two, one is finite, another one is non-finite. The finite is again further classified into transitive and intransitive verbs, right? We learnt about the definitions, we learnt examples, then we went on to learn the regular and irregular forms of verbs. Okay, we also learned that the sentence structure in transitive and intransitive verb is like this. So kids, I hope you have understood. We'll meet again in the next video. Until then, you all take care and happy learning.